All right, guys, so my experience is very limited when it comes to force on force. I am more used to simunition or the actual company force on force. So I've used all that stuff. This is a new product that's very cutting edge, and the greatest thing about it is it's actually not registered as a firearm. I am new to this platform, very grateful we got it. I actually have a special guest that knows a lot about it. So if you guys can put your hands together, we're gonna bring Brad in from the Ricochet report, and he's gonna talk about this much more in detail. So Brad, oh.
Is this?
Yeah, we're going.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool,
this
cool.
is it. Yeah, so this is it for real.
shot?
Yeah, we got it.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, thanks for having me on the page. This is really awesome. I'm glad we got to do this today. So what you're looking at here is Unit Solutions. What they've manufactured are basically air rifles. What's really cool about air rifles is, like you said, they're non-firearms. The ATF has confirmed these as non-firearms, so there's no issues. Registration, they are serialized though, for the sake of when it comes to sending it in for repairs, warranties, etc. Now, what's really cool about these platforms is if you look, they function just like your standard AR platform would. So these are not these stocks that come with it. You changed these out before we started filming.
Yep.
You're able to change a lot of the furniture over.
Yeah, that's what I actually noticed is everything on here, especially with the rail, everything's M-LOK compatible. I didn't have any issues or had to tweak in any way to add any of these accessories.
Yeah.
They applied very easily, so it was really nice.
Really, really cool. What's a lot of fun about these specifically, we'll just start working our way down. So we said the stocks, you can replace the stocks that it comes with. It comes with a standard stock though.
It does.
You do have the ability to go besides semi. We do have a fun switch on these, which is pretty cool if your department uses full auto.
Yeah.
The ability to actually train with full auto is important.
So now, like, kind of talking about this, like Brad and I were talking about this offline. Now, just because these are built to spec, this will not function in any way on an actual
That is correct.
rifle
So the
platform.
way they design these is they function just like ARs, but they are not AR compatible. So accessories can change, but you can't take a live upper and put it on this lower, and you can't take a live lower and put it on this upper. It won't work together. You have to use this platform as it is. And that's a safety mechanism. They can't, go selling things that are going to work with live firearms.
Okay.
It's also, we don't want to mix the two into the realm of when you're doing force on force or even force on paper with NLTA, which is what this is. We don't want to ever bring live ammo to the show.
Yep.
And take that chance. It's a risk that no one is willing to take. And if your instructors are doing it, there's something wrong. You should find some new instructors.
And just so you guys know, if you are going to plan on doing anything force on force related, just remember, even to get simunition certified, even to be an instructor, there's a lengthy class you have to go through, and they hit heavy
They
on stages and conditions where you have to make sure you're safe and you don't have anything on you.
And you need a new insurance.
Yeah,
Insurance
and you got to, now there's a lot of insurances that you got to find to cover you if you're instructing with it.
So they do something really important, obviously, is we want this to be well known that this is blue, right? We're shooting NLTA. We don't want anyone to think otherwise. So we're in the worlds of simunitions or UTM, force on force. You're just dropping in a bolt. The actual gun, since it's dedicated to that, you have this blue upper right here. And they also paint the muzzle blue. You can throw a blue can on them if you'd like to. This way we're letting everybody know we're running blue stuff. Everybody knows this is NLTA, non-live training ammunition. Now, what's cool about these is, like we said, they're air guns. So where these differ from simunitions is that what you're shooting out of these, and we can probably get a close-up on this, is you have the option of marking or non-marking. Kind of like a paintball gun or an airsoft gun, you're running CO2 cartridges and you're running these little round projectiles. They are not the same size as your standard paintball or as your standard BB or airsoft gun. It's its own product. Now, the way these work to set these up, these magazines are reusable, and these are called tpaks. These are not. They're one and done. So you'll slide the tpak into the magazine. Let's see if we can get a nice close-up of that. This little orange tab, you'll break away. You're going to close this part here. Now, this hook is a safety feature. This is designed so that we don't have any air pressure that gets away from us. So once this hook's in, let me see if I can get a shot of that. Can you see that there? Boom, hooked in. Not going to have an issue. All I do from here is squeeze nice and tight. I impinge the CO2. It's ready to go. So from here, you can load it into the magazine, charge it, and you're ready to shoot. We do a quick shooting demo. You want to just shoot this way? Does that work for you?
Yeah, let's do that.
Hey, why don't you take shots with it? Let's see what you think of it.
Let's see. All right, so just like standard, everything's already set up. I'll insert the mag like I normally would, rack it, and we are essentially
ready to go.
good to go. So I don't actually have an actual target here, but we'll get in this platform. I'll put it first on semi.
what you'll notice, it has great accuracy.
And then we'll show you even going to full, not an issue. And even today, with what we noticed with the training we did today, is these don't jam at all.
No.
That's probably one of the cons with sims. As you use it a lot and everything gets gunked up, you know the paint projectile marking rounds with simunition can get stuck in the barrel. Sometimes they're in there so hard you're basically like, they're done for the day. You really have to hammer them out. This, we didn't have any issues with any jams whatsoever. It actually ran flawlessly.
And you know, there's some pros and cons to using both. I'm not saying Sims is dead or UTM is dead. There's just pros and cons to both of these. One of the pros is, again, you're not bringing your live firearm. So some people might say you'd want to have your live gun that you'd actually run, so you have that same standard of training you're putting behind it. But the beauty of these is they come in 3 different lengths. You can get the full length, you can get a 14.5, or you can get a 10.5. So if you run a 10.5, you can build this out just like you would on my 10.5 matches my Unit 10.5. So you can do that just the same way. You put the same furniture on it and it's all rigged out, ready to go.
You know what I want you to go over?
Please.
Is how to remove this, because that was a doozy.
Yeah.
JT
absolutely.
and I almost lost our thumb, or thought we were going to.
So one thing that's really cool about these is if you've ever played airsoft or paintball, you know as the air starts to die out, the rounds start to drop off. Now they load these with 30 to be, you know, simulated to real world where you'd run 30 rounds in a mag. So there's still enough air pressure in here though to shoot more than those 30, so you don't have any rounds that start to lob. You want it to all squat consistency. So one thing we like to do is, you'll notice the bolts hold open on that. It's got last round bolt hold open, which is nice. Is we'll re-rack the bolt, load the same empty one back in, and then from here we'll flip it to full. Oh, I think that was it.
Yeah,
Cool.
that one's out.
Awesome. So it's gonna help bleed the magazine out. Now, there is still air pressure still left in here. What you wanna do is that safety hook that we talked about before is what's gonna stop anything from flying out past here. So all you're gonna do is hold it away from your face, flip that up, let the rest bleed out. Once it's bled out, we can unhook it, we can knock the TPAK out. Those are disposable, they're good to go. And we load a fresh TPAK in. And these things, the TPAKs are cheap. You can stock up on TPAKs, you can go marking and non-marking depending on what you're doing, and you'll always have enough ready to go. These just stay the way they are. The best part about these too, what happens with Sims when you do get a malfunction?
What do you mean they get stuck?
The plastic, the paint, all that stuff that gets lodged in the barrel.
Yes.
That's a bitch.
It's yeah, that's what we were talking about. So there is a lot of pros with this. Again, simunition will always be around to stay.
Always be
but
around.
This
and
is
it's a valuable tool. I'm not saying get rid of those. They're valuable.
But this is a very cutting edge platform that I think is going to change the industry when it comes to force on force.
Absolutely, I think so too. I think if you're flying around the country and you have a bag full of these that you don't have to, if you think about it, there is no stopping, there is no checking in firearms, you're not doing any declaration, these are standard. It's like flying with a paintball gun, there's no issue.
I love it. So again, these are an awesome platform. I can't thank Brad enough for coming. He runs a Ricochet report. Go check out his channel. Definitely an asset, him coming here and being here to make this video possible. And a big shout out to Unit Solutions for sending us these rifles. You talked to one of the
Cody is the owner of Unit Solutions. He's a great guy. The thing that's really cool about this company is when you reach out to them, you're going to deal with him. You're going to deal with the owner of the company. He is real open about it. He'll give you any way you need to contact him, so kind of like just like you do actually. So that way, if you have any issues, you can get those all squared away. But man, they are awesome. These things will get shipped directly to your door because again, they're non-firearms, which is really cool. And man, they're just a good time. They're a great training tool and they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, so shout out to Unit Solutions. Go check out their page. You guys will see us starting to run these and maybe offer courses utilizing this platform. Again, I can't thank Southwest Florida Range and Gun Club again, down here in Immokalee. Awesome spot to train. Thank you for Brad for coming all the way down. And as always, check us out. We have a website coming. I say it, it's not done yet, but you know, I gotta always close with that, right, JT? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I don't know how to run Facebook, but at the end of the day, check us out. We love to have you guys train with us and stay safe. Anything left?
Just keep
Can you give him a little head whip? There we go.